Another referendum, another protest. This time Italians will vote on whether to privatise locally controlled utilities, one of which is water.
We are facing terrible consequences. If private companies put their hands on it, they will want to make money from it. They're right. They have to make money out of it. But you can't do that with water.
If privatisation is rejected, it'll raise questions over how the state will fund an estimated €60 billion in infrastructure investments over the next 3 decades. Italy's pipelines currently lose almost half of the water they carry, 7 times more than Germany. That's a cost of €2.5 billion a year.
What is needed is a transition towards a managerial culture, which is not necessarily private. Could also very well be in the public sector. But we need to protect public companies from the intrusions of bad politics.
The law now encourages companies to have higher stakes in public water management. This company is promising to double its investment in water to €900 million.
We're looking forward to seeing this market open to competition. We're the #1 operator in this sector. We could develop our know-how and expertise outside Italy, in the Mediterranean basin, in Central and South America.
But consumer groups are against privatisation, in line with the referendum.
Citizens, on the one hand, face higher tariffs, and on the other, their money is required to ensure the manager's profits.
The referendum could stop the flow of private money. And for Italians, that's not just water under the bridge. Nejra, Cehic, Bloomberg.
Well, it's not just water. The nationwide referendum is also about nuclear power and Berlusconi's immunity from prosecution. Well, for more, we're joined by Nicole Itano. So, Nicole, what is at stake here for Berlusconi?
Well, it's about a lot more than water, as you said. This is really being seen as a referendum on Berlusconi, and he's already reeling from losses at the end of last month in municipal elections. They lost Milan for the first time in 20 years, Naples, and his Northern Alliance partners, his allies, which he needs to keep his parliamentary majority. They lost a string of smaller cities. So the big question, though, is can the opposition parties get 50% of Italian voters to go to the polls? Because this referendum is only valid if 50% of voters actually vote. And the last time that happened was 1995.
So the likelihood isn't great.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how angry people are with Berlusconi. But the big danger is if enough people go out to the vote and if the vote goes against him, the risk is that he could lose the support of his Northern Alliance partners. That's really the immediate political risk for him. The other immediate risk for him is that the specific provision in his immunity that's being challenged is that right now there's a part of the law that says that if you're a minister or the prime minister, you don't actually have to show up in court if you're under trial. Now, he's facing 4 separate trials. So if this referendum is upheld and he has to start going to all these trials, he could be spending a whole lot of time in court. And that obviously could make it quite difficult for him to keep governing the country. And he's already under fire from, for example, The Economist. Today, they've got a whole cover story about Berlusconi slamming him, saying, you know, it's not, his problems isn't just that he's involved in all these scandals, it's that his stewardship of the Italian economy has been a disaster over the whole time of his premiership. So he is facing fire from a lot of sides, but he is an incredibly resilient politician.
He's used to that kind of fire.
That's
all right.
He's
Thanks
survivor.
very much. Thanks.